Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us in this session of Spokane Public Schools Keep Learning series for literacy. Today's lesson is designed for kindergartners, but anyone who would like to join us is welcome. My name is Mrs. Lyle, and I'm a kindergarten teacher at Roosevelt Elementary in Spokane Schools, and I'll be your teacher for this lesson. This is the first lesson in this series, and if you would like to rewatch it, it's available on the KSPS website. Today we'll be learning about asking and answering questions. Asking and answering questions is a strategy readers use to better understand something they're reading and also to make connections. We'll be reading the text From Caterpillar to Butterfly by Deborah Heiligman, illustrated by Bari Weissman. That means Deborah Heiligman wrote the words and Bari Weissman drew the pictures. For today's lesson, there are a couple tools you'll need. You'll need paper and a pencil or pen, and you might also want some crayons or markers. I'll give you a moment to gather your supplies. Let's get started. From Caterpillar to Butterfly by Deborah Heiligman, illustrated by Bari Weissman. Friends, right on the front cover, I have a question. The title is From Caterpillar to Butterfly. I'm wondering what that means. I know caterpillars are animals, and I know butterflies are animals. I've seen those animals before, but I don't know what the author means about from caterpillar to butterfly. I'll have to read and find out. Today, a caterpillar came to school in a jar. It is eating green leaves. It is climbing and wiggling. This tiny caterpillar is going to change. It is going to change into a beautiful butterfly. Caterpillars usually turn into butterflies outdoors. They live in gardens and meadows and yards. But we will watch our caterpillar change into a butterfly right here in our classroom. This change is called metamorphosis. Oh, I understand. So caterpillars and butterflies are actually the same animal. A caterpillar changes into a butterfly, and the author is telling us that that process is called metamorphosis, the change. It's really interesting. Our caterpillar started out as a tiny egg. The mother butterfly laid the egg on a leaf. A butterfly is an insect. That's really interesting. I'm noticing in this illustration, I'm noticing what looks like a tiny egg on the leaf. And I'm wondering how the mother butterfly decided where a good safe spot was to lay her egg. The egg is tiny. It is the size of a pinhead. When the caterpillar hatched out of the egg, it was hungry. It ate its way out of its own eggshell. Then it started to eat green plants right away. The mother butterfly lays her eggs on plants that the caterpillar will eat. These are called host plants. Oh, so the mother butterfly knows to put the eggs on a leaf that the caterpillar will be able to eat when it hatches. A caterpillar's job is to eat and eat and eat, so it will grow and grow and grow. Each day when we come to school, we look at our caterpillar. Each day it is bigger. The caterpillar eats and grows for 12 to 14 days. Our skin grows with us, but a caterpillar's skin does not grow. When the caterpillar gets too big for its skin, the skin splits down the back. The caterpillar crawls right out of its own skin. It has new skin underneath. This is called molting. Our caterpillar will molt 4 or 5 times. I wonder if molting is what turns the caterpillar into the butterfly. After many days, our caterpillar is finished growing. It is much bigger than when it first came to school. It is almost as big as my little finger now. Friends, maybe you should look at your little finger and see the size the caterpillar in this text is. Our caterpillar is making a special house. First, it makes a button out of silk. It uses this button to hang upside down from a twig. Then it molts for the last time. Instead of a new skin, this time there is a hard shell. This shell is called a chrysalis. Our caterpillar will stay inside the chrysalis for a long time. So molting is kind of what helps the caterpillar turn from a caterpillar into a butterfly. The chrysalis is also called the pupa. Every day the chrysalis looks the same. We can't see anything happening, but inside the chrysalis, our caterpillar is changing. The caterpillar stays in the chrysalis about 1 week. I know that 1 week is 7 days. Will our caterpillar ever turn into a butterfly? Will it ever come out of its chrysalis? We can hardly wait, but we do. We wait and wait and wait. Then, one day during snack time, somebody shouts, "Look!" and we all rush over to see. The chrysalis is cracking. We see a head, a body, and then wings. It's a butterfly. The tiny caterpillar who came to school in a jar turned into a painted lady butterfly, and we saw it happen. Our butterfly is damp and crumpled. It hangs on the chrysalis while its wings flap, flap, flap. Blood pumps into its wings. The wings straighten out and dry. Soon our butterfly will be ready to fly. Our butterfly cannot stay in the jar. It needs to be outside with flowers and grass and trees and other butterflies. It is a warm spring day. I put my finger into the jar. The butterfly sits on my finger. I pull it out and our butterfly goes free. We feel a little sad and a little happy. We watch our butterfly land on a flower. It will sip the flower's nectar through a long, coiled tube called a proboscis. Maybe it is a female butterfly. Maybe someday she will lay an egg on a leaf. I know just what will happen then. That egg will hatch into a caterpillar, and that caterpillar will turn into a beautiful butterfly. How many different kinds of butterflies can you find around your neighborhood? Here are some common ones to look for. Monarch, found in most areas of the United States. Black swallowtail, found in all areas but the very far west. Cabbage white, found throughout the United States. I wonder if any of these butterflies are in my neighborhood or yours. Common blue, found in the western part of the United States. Buckeye, found in most areas of the United States except for the Pacific Northwest. Wow, that was a really interesting book, From Caterpillar to Butterfly. I learned so much about how a caterpillar actually changes into a butterfly. Think about what you saw, the stages of a caterpillar's life. It started out as a tiny egg. Do you remember what happens next? The egg hatches into a caterpillar. The book told us a caterpillar's job is to eat and eat and eat so it can grow and grow and grow. Then the caterpillar molts several times, but the last time, instead of molting new skin, it molts a special house called a chrysalis. And in the chrysalis, that caterpillar changes into a butterfly. There was one question that I never answered, and that was what kind of butterflies live in our neighborhood. This was the page that I was wondering about. The author tells us that monarch butterflies are found in most areas throughout the United States. Black swallowtails are found in all areas but the very far west, and cabbage white are found throughout the United States. I'm wondering if that means they live near me. I know that this is the United States, and I also know that there are some directions on this compass. NESW, which stands for north, east, south, and west. I wonder if that will help us determine where these butterflies live. The author tells us the black swallowtail is found in all areas but the very far west. I know west is represented by this W, west, on the compass. So the far west would be these areas that are white. So I'm thinking that is the area where the black swallowtail does not live, and the areas in blue might be where it does. I know that I live in Eastern Washington State, and you might live in Eastern Washington State too. So that would mean the black swallowtail doesn't live in my neighborhood. So I could go outside and observe and probably wouldn't see that type of insect, that type of butterfly. Here's another map. The author told us the common blue was found in the western part of the United States. I'm remembering that west is represented by that W. And that would mean these areas in blue may be where you would find a common blue. And that's Eastern Washington. That would mean if I went outside safely one day, I might see a common blue butterfly. The author also told us that buckeye butterflies are found in most areas of the United States except for the Pacific Northwest. I know that the Pacific Northwest is where I live, and maybe you. It's parts of Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. So that would mean a buckeye butterfly probably doesn't live in my neighborhood. All right, friends, we're going to go ahead and do the job of an author and an illustrator today. We'll do the job of an illustrator first. So please get your pen or pencil and your paper ready. All right, friends, this is my paper. So I'm going to start at the top and draw a circle. This is the head of my butterfly. You can illustrate that as well. Next is our thorax, which has a line and a curve and another big line. And then our butterfly's abdomen. Next, I'm going to draw a big curve. And one more. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. I remember that butterflies have eyes, antenna. They also have a long coiled tube the author told us about. It's called a proboscis. I'm going to try my best to draw a long coiled tube. Like that. How does your butterfly look? This is the butterfly that I illustrated. Seeing this butterfly is reminding me of a song I know about butterflies and the parts of a butterfly. It sounds kind of like a song you might know, head, shoulders, knees, and toes, except butterflies don't have knees or toes. They do have a head, though. They have a head, a thorax, and abdomen. The song goes like this. Head, thorax, abdomen. Head, thorax, abdomen. Eyes, antenna, proboscis. Head, thorax, abdomen. Now, friends, we've done the job of an illustrator. Now we need to do the job of an author. I'd like you to write about your butterfly. Tell me some details. You might want to tell me where your butterfly lives. Does your butterfly live in your neighborhood? You might want to tell me what your butterfly eats. You might want to tell me something about what your butterfly looks like. Give me some details like an author. Thank you so much for learning with me today. I've enjoyed doing literacy lessons with you. Keep learning at home, and I'll see you next time on KSPS Learning at Home. Thank you.